I've arrived in Milan, the business capital of Italy. Here you can feel a different vibe. Indeed, in Milan you can find things that you cannot find in any other Italian city. I'll be taking you on a tour of some hidden gems I think that are worth visiting to better understand Milan culture and history. So in this video, I won't tell you about the most famous attractions like Duomo, Navigli, the Last Supper, Pinacoteca Ambrosiana, or Castello Sforzesco, because this is Giulia Explains Italy, and my mission is to help you discover the unknown Italy. I'm very lucky because a local will be joining me today, my friend Anna.
Ciao!
She's been living in Milan for how long, Anna?
6 years.
Oh my God, it's been that long? And where are you taking me today, Anna? Where do we start?
So today I was thinking of maybe bringing you to the Sistine Chapel.
But the Sistine Chapel is in Rome.
Yeah, but you'll see.
The church of San Maurizio al Monastero Maggiore was built in 1503. It used to be the most important cloistered convent for nuns of the city. That's why there's a division between the space that worshippers could visit from the space that was reserved to the nuns. Girls were sent here from the most important families of Milan. Indeed, these families could afford to donate money and a lot of art. That's why this church is so precious, and its nickname is the Sistine Chapel of Milan.
I guess that the nuns from here could try and see the people on the other side of the wall. So Anna, where are you taking me now instead?
So now I'm bringing you to Burano.
But isn't Burano in Venice?
Yes, but you'll see.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Oh, I get it now. This street reminds me of Burano, that little island in Venice that has all those colorful houses. I showed it in one of my videos. This street has an interesting story. All this area was supposed to become a working-class neighborhood with sturdy but low-cost houses. These colorful examples were the first ones to be built in 1889.
Milan became an important industrial city in the 1800s during the industrialization of Italy. Many countryside workers relocated here to work in factories, so the city of Milan thought about types of accommodation that were cheap and easy to build, like the famous Case di Ringhiera, a popular housing built around a central courtyard to accommodate many families in a relatively small space.
The Merchant Square, and in the Middle Age it was the meeting place for all the merchants of Milan. What's interesting is that this is called the Gallery of Whispers because it is said that merchants use these columns to send secret messages between them using a particular echo effect. Anna and I will show you now. Anna, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Ooh, tell me a secret. If you like videos about hidden gems in famous places, check out also the videos I shot in Florence and Venice. The links are in the description below.
In the heart of Milan, you can visit a historical villa that represents the Milan of a rationalist architecture of the 1930s, Villa Necchi Campiglio. The ticket to visit the interiors costs 15 euros, but the garden is free.
It's like a little corner of paradise in the city center of Milan. The rich owners of this villa were the first ones in the entire city of Milan to have a private pool in their own house. So hot right now. I wouldn't mind diving in. Just don't come in Milan in the summer. It doesn't make sense. It's too hot. All the other seasons, fine. And Anna, before you leave, can you remind viewers why they should subscribe to my channel?
Because with Giulia, you learn to enjoy Italy like an Italian.
Good girl. The church of San Bernardino alle Ossa is probably the weirdest in Milan because it's full of skulls and vertebrae.
Inside the church of San Bernardino alle Ossa, there is a chapel whose walls are completely covered in bones. They probably belong to the corpses of a nearby leper hospital. The skulls upon the entrance door belonged instead to prisoners who were sentenced to death.
It sound right, boys.
I am in Indro Montanelli Gardens, the first public park of a city that was created by the Austrians during their occupation in the 1700s. This park is dedicated to Mr. Indro Montanelli, one of the most famous Italian journalists of all times, but if we were in the United States, I think he would be subjected to cancel culture.
He was born in 1909 and was a fascism supporter in his youth. Later on, he became a fierce opponent. He was part of a military expedition that occupied Ethiopia, and once there, he practiced a disgusting habit Italian soldiers had there. It's called madamato. Soldiers took a young Ethiopian girl as their temporary wife for the time they spent there. He was 26 and she was probably 12.
I still cannot understand how such an educated and intelligent man could think it was okay to do something like that.
Inside the park, you can also visit the Natural History Museum and the planetarium.
Museum Bagatti Valsecchi is a perfect flashback inside a typical aristocratic palace of Milan in the 1500s.
The brothers and homeowners Fausto and Giuseppe decided from the 1880s to renovate and decorate their house with antique furniture and original Renaissance artworks to emulate the atmosphere of 3 centuries before. Inside you'll see canvas, portraits, sculptures, ceramic, tapestry, or ordinary but beautiful objects.
Sound right, boys.
I've reached the suburbs of Milan to show you Ortica neighbourhood. This neighbourhood was transformed into an open-air museum. Indeed, it's full of wall paintings depicting history of Italy during the last century.
This graffiti traveled through some important battles for civil rights in Italy, recalling workers' rights, anti-fascism, women's rights, and the power of culture. This location is quite far from the city center though, so I'd only recommend it if you are particularly interested in Italian history or street art.
Sound right, boys.
I'll finish this video on a dark note. This square behind me may seem just a busy crossroads to anyone passing by, but actually it's one of the most important spots of recent Italian history. Here, a controversial episode happened.
Benito Mussolini, the fascist dictator who held the power from 1922 to 1945, was murdered by partisans in a town 1 hour away. Right after, his corpse was moved to Milan, here in Loreto Square, to show citizens that the nightmare was finally over because Mussolini was dead. And here, all hell broke loose. After decades of dictatorship, people found their vengeance and mutilated Mussolini's corpse, and also his lovers and other fascist party officials. Eventually, those corpses were found hung upside down, and Mussolini had his own testicles in his mouth.
This episode initiated a thorny debate. Even if you were a victim for a long time, are you justified to behave like an animal, just like your oppressor did? Or should you strive to be better? I'll leave you with this dilemma. Can't wait to read your opinions in the comment section below.